Sometimes spirit will guide me to watch specific shows, and many times I have no idea why until I'm actually watching the show or, um, the moment whenever it does come up. Um, so it seems like whatever it is that I'm watching these days, I'm listening to, I'm seeing, I'm hearing, there's messages pretty much in everything. Um, and I was definitely not expecting, here comes Ninja. I was not expecting to get as much as I did from this movie, American Sniper. I've heard of the story. I kind of had a general idea of what the story was about, but I never actually. I don't watch war movies. I don't like war movies because I think that as humans, there's better ways to solve problems. We should now have evolved past war. There's much easier ways to more productive, um and certainly more positive ways to solve problems. So I stay away from more movies. So I was hesitant. I was very reluctant until I realized what exactly the message was that I was supposed to give. At the end of the movie, they kind of just, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be hit with the ending that that movie had. It just pretty much said in words what it was that happened, how he died. And then I Googled it after. Um, and the craziness that stood out to me the most was the fact that he went on 4 tours. He looked evil straight in the eyes. He was forced to do things that betrayed his heart and his soul. And he knew more or less that it was part of his purpose. Just to turn around and be killed by 2 people that he was trying to help. And that is the part that, I mean, I haven't been right since. I haven't been right since because that's 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 this world. That's life. That's how things go. You know, I feel like people who, to some degree or another, know. I think when you are chosen, you kind of always know. No matter what people tell you, you kind of always know that there is a reason why you are here. You may not always be able to stand confidently in it, but more or less, speaking from myself, I've known since I was a child. I've always known that there was something different about me. I didn't know throughout my life that I felt like I was going to help other people, but I always knew that I wanted to. There was always a desire or a passion to help people as long as I can remember. I have collected soulmates since I was a child. And people have a way of manipulating that innocence, that knowing, you know? And I don't think that people understand the level of trauma that these men, and not just men that are in the military and that go to war and soldiers and this and that, not just that, but in general, I don't think that people truly understand the level of trauma that we put our brains through on a regular basis. Quite literally, we are walking embodiments of fear in some cases because we put ourselves through so much just to have the absolute bare minimum. And it doesn't make sense. None of it makes any sense. And that adds to the delusion of it all. You know what I mean? Because you just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And you're not even so sure what you're doing it for anymore. But you keep going, right? Because you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Until you get that realization that this ain't it. He finally called his wife and he said, I'm coming home. He finally sees it, you know? But what happens then? By then, he's already traumatized. By then, he has a hole in him so big that there's nothing that can fill it, you know? And as a healer, as a person who resonates with being a giver, and a person who knows what it is, I'm hearing acts of service. I don't know how to say um, what I'm trying to say, but a person who is of service to other people in any way, shape, or form. You know, you kind of get in that place of people pleasing because when you give and give and give, that's literally what people see of you. Now the other cat is coming. Um, just in case he jumps up here. That's what the blob is. But um, you get in this place of being trapped in this energy of having to give so much and always show up. You got to show up to the job every day. Not literally, but could be literally. You got to show up every day. Because if you don't show up, then all hell breaks loose, right? You know, people act like the world's going to fall down. No, it's not. It's not. Try it. Try it one day. I promise you. You know, life goes on when you say no. It does. But back to the movie, you know, by that time he's so traumatized. And the only thing that literally can help him fill that hole is helping other people. That's real. Because that's positive energy. That's light that you're trying to fill yourself with. You know, you're trying to get back or give back rather. You're trying to give back. Well, it's an exchange of energy. So, I mean, you give to get the light back, the positivity of helping another person, you know, the blessings of helping another person. But the most important thing to remember is that your light can very easily be overshadowed by someone who has not made it to that place. And sabotage is a thing, especially self sabotage. It is absolutely a thing. I started noticing that people will do things to try to keep you small, deliberately, deliberately to keep you small, just so that you don't outgrow them. So it broke my heart, you know, to see that he ends up being betrayed by people that he was trying to help. But it is an extreme lesson that you have to learn on this spiritual journey for sure. It's painful, but it's important.